By the time this recording comes out, it's been long gone. But today is Batman Day, September 21st, 2024. I'm wearing my shirt and you are wearing an anime shirt.
This is true.
I know it's true. I'm looking at it. So in certain movie theaters, AMC is one of them, they're showing some Batman films, some of the greatest, some of the worst, and one that started it all.
Mm-hmm.
They're showing the original Batman with Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, Batman Forever with Val Kilmer and Chris O'Donnell. I got it. Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes.
And Nicole Kidman. Boy, you're slow. So
because I keep thinking of the last one, which is with Alicia Silverstone.
Batman and Robin, right.
Yeah.
And they're showing Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Still on Rotten Tomatoes is scored high at 83% by the critics and 88% by the audience. I do have a problem with this movie.
Ooh, okay.
Even though it's really good, but I still have a problem with it.
Okay.
Welcome back to A Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel.
I'm Adon.
Where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert. How was your theater experience?
There was only like 3 other people there.
On a Saturday
afternoon, yeah. Granted, like when you talk to the average Joe, like who's going to remember Mask of Phantasm? Let's be honest.
Only the Batman fans.
Yeah. And to be honest, I saw them when I was walking up and they're young guys. They were like late teens.
If you like Batman, you like Batman. You're going to find the movies. You're going to watch them, especially if you have Max.
Mm-hmm.
If you have Max,
you might have already
you're going to watch it.
Yeah.
Now, I never saw it in the theaters, and this was the only anime film or animation film that came out from the series directly to the theaters.
I don't think I saw it in theaters either.
Well, it came out in 1993. Yeah. So this is actually like it's the 30th anniversary because it came out on Christmas. Yeah. So it will be 31 on Christmas of this year. It'll be 31 years. So it's actually the 30th anniversary. Now, my theater, it was like 5 people. No, it was like 8 people, not including me. Small theater. I saw it on Friday. And it was during the time where people are at work.
Okay.
How was the quality of your movie?
For the most part, the quality was really good. Like there was only like a handful of scenes where it looked like it was, when a picture gets blown out or like they didn't get the original cells. So it kind of looked aged.
For me, it looked very grainy on a lot of the shots, and it should have been like 4K. And I think they have a 4K version on Blu-ray, of course, and I think they should have done that. Also, since it's like a re-release, whatever, you would think they will update the credits because for a long time, it was just Bob Kane getting all the credit. And it's not that. Bob Kane. Yeah, Bob Kane and Bill Finger. Batman was created by 2 people, and Bob Kane took the credit.
Yeah, I think they only... I think they only do that work on the new stuff, and the old stuff they just don't do the extra mile.
They probably do it on the 4K now, since I think that's like a re-release as well. But he and his estate should definitely get credit for his help in the creating of Batman. And they should have had a better presentation because again, it was grainy. I was like, oh, Ninja Scroll, the movie we saw a while back, that had better animation or better presentation on the big screen. It was crisper, it was cleaner, and that's even if that's the same year or older.
Wait, was it?
A few moments later.
No, same year.
And I think I said same year, but
you did.
But again, regardless, Ninja Scroll looks a lot better in comparison to this.
True.
But let's be real. The Japanese is so racist. Japan's
it did sound bad.
Japanese artists take good care of their work, of the material. They're immaculate on that stuff. They take pride and joy. Where America, we just get it done. We just get it outdone. And I think this is also this is probably created for the television and say, you know what, let's make this to a feature. Let's make it to a movie. Let's take it out in the theaters.
So I think it is a spin-off of the original Batman the Animated Series, but I think it was also meant as a standalone story. It wasn't truly canon, even though they brought in the Phantasm and other iterations later on.
Well, this created it.
Yeah.
Just like Batman the Animated Series created Harley Quinn, this movie created the Phantasm.
Correct. Which is so weird because you see the Phantasm in like an episode of I think it was Justice League Unlimited, like one other Batman movie or animated movie or something like that. You don't see the Phantasm anywhere else. And I think the Phantasm may have been in a couple comic books, and I might have a couple of comic books too. But what's interesting about that is like they introduced the whole lore of the character and then the lore of the Joker. If it's canon, then we've known for 30 years the backstory of the Joker.
See, that's not right, but see, that's so bad because we also have the Killing Joke.
Exactly.
And that's a different version. This is one of the biggest faux pas I have about this movie is that the Joker was in it and it was not necessary.
Yeah.
He was not needed. Take him out, replace him with someone else in the sense of that he was former a mobster that was a henchman for the guys that they're getting revenge on, and then he's the last one taken out. That sucks because she leaves because she did what she had to do. She got her revenge, meaning she killed the Joker.
But then the Joker's still alive in the other episodes and whatnot.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. So it makes, that's what I have the biggest problem with is that Joker was in it and not needed. Yeah. Now, maybe, yes, have the Joker in and try to hire him to take the Phantasm out.
Yeah, okay, like the side character idea. If they didn't make him the driver, the hitman, or whatever, then he was a hired goon, and then that just got out of hand, like the Joker does. That still would have worked. They just needed to remove that one little aspect.
Then why kill him?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they don't need to kill him in that case.
Right.
She just needs to escape.
Well, that's the thing. Right, but they didn't let him do that.
No, the idea was like she's like, I want my revenge. But if it was like him tracking her down in the end just because he wanted to, then that's a different story. It changes the whole theme of the Joker.
Now, in our review of Ninja Scroll, the old monk reminded me of a character from the Batman series, and it was Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Yes.
Where the old man is in the car and I can't remember his name.
It's Salvatore, isn't it?
I think so. I can't remember right now. But he says there's a stench in his car, and the old man looks at him real weird, like, huh? Like, how dare you? That reminded me of the old monk in Ninja Scroll. The late Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill returned to reprise their role as Batman and the Joker. And you have ever so sexy Dana Delaney, who later became Lois Lane in the Superman Adventures. She plays Andrea. And you have Abe Vigoda, which I thought was awesome. He's a comedian. He is awesome. Like, you have a lot of great actors in this movie. Yeah. He was in Barney Miller, Cannonball Run, 1 or 2. Can't remember which one he was in, but he's in it. Is it Stacy Keach? You have here Dick Miller, which is another awesome actor. Robert Costanza, Bob Haskins, who was the Commissioner Gordon.
John P. Ryan.
Yes. Mary Lou Henner. She's from Taxi, another vixen back in the day. Great cast in this. It is a good movie. Just take the Joker out. For some reason, in a lot of DC products, to either have Batman always show up or mentioned or what have you, or the Joker show up, mention, what have you. It's like those two guys always had to be mentioned.
I get the whole Batman thing because of the fact that like Batman was considered one of the trinity of DC. It was always like the top 3, Superman, Batman.
Yeah, but we don't need that. We don't need to always have that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it.
There's really no need. You can have a good comic book story or DC comic book story without mentioning the big 3. But when you always do that, it's like you always use it as a crutch or something to fall back on to draw the fans. Do you have a favorite moment?
Salvatore, even though we were talking all this junk about Joker, do like how he approaches Joker, and you can tell when he crossed the line with Joker, like he touched Joker. He's like, you don't understand. And like, you're going to mess up. Once he gets us, he's going to get you. That's like, the pivotal moment. I'm like, that's Joker coming out now. And he's like, don't worry, Sally. Don't worry, old friend. He's like, I won't let anybody hurt you. That's right. Keep a smile. That's exactly what I wanted from you.
And that's what he did.
Right. And I love the fact that they show the background go red for the briefest of moments, just to show like the attitude switch for him. Because he goes really angry and then calms down. And then the entire movie becomes like his movie after that point. It's no longer the Phantasm. It's Joker's film.
Unfortunately, that's what happened and not necessary. Now, for me, is when Joker comes to the councilman and it cuts into like a silhouette. And it looks like he stabs him, like he's killing him.
Yeah.
But he's not, of course.
Yeah.
He doesn't kill him. Oh shit! So I just saw Stacy Keach. He was the Phantasm.
Voice. Yeah.
I didn't know he was the voice. I know he was the father, but I didn't know he was the voice.
Oh yeah, no, he was both.
So Arthur Reeves is the councilman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting, looks like he got stabbed. I saw the hand went hit right to the gut. I thought it was a knife, but it's actually like a injection.
The laughing toxin.
Right. And that scene where he's laughing and crying and laughing and crying and Batman's interrogating him, that was a pretty intense scene, in my opinion. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
It was a little bit funny too when they go like, okay, you gotta stay calm, stay stress free. They close the door and then Batman shows up. He goes, "Oh no!"
Some people laughed. Some people actually laughed when he did that. But what was funny though, because the door is closed and then the door got open again, and then Batman walks through the window.
Yeah,
that's weird. I was like, wait a minute. Then someone's in there. Oh, someone tried to go in there and then saw bats and then left, I guess.
I also found two scenes to be funny though. There was the scene where like Batman's like, "You think you know me?" And Alfred's like, "I better well. After all, I've changed your diapers." Or something along those lines. And then the other one was right after he meets up with Andrea, like as Batman at the gravesite. Mm-hmm. By the way, she put the pieces way too fast.
Hello, it's obvious he's like there and he's right by the gravesite because he's about to talk.
A murder just happened in the same graveyard too. So, I mean.
But I'm just saying, it's like, dude, you just went to the gravesite dressed as Batman where you met her as Bruce Wayne at the gravesite saying that, it's like, come on, it was easy deduction.
Anyway.
In my opinion, it was anyway. Yeah.
So after she runs into him there, she has her dinner with Arthur. And then like a Facebook stalker, Batman's on the ledge of just watching them. And when they take off like the binoculars, you see just like the outline of his cowl and everything, like the most serious you ever see Batman, like just looking at her hand being caressed by Arthur's hand. Let your woman go, man.
Well, of course, that's supposedly the love of his life. Also, like some food pause here. There was one, and I was like, it took me aback when Batman's trying to run from the police and he's landing. And he's like feet first. And then for some reason, he just falls on his face.
Yes.
Did you notice that? I was like,
I did.
He's about to do a superhero landing.
Remember that old meme joke where it was like the video of like just Chuck Norris doing like a roundhouse kick or something like that?
Oh, and people tripping.
I felt like I saw that.
Yeah, there's also another meme where like a ninja does that.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Especially that one. Yeah, I remember that one too.
Yeah. So that caught me off guard. I was like, wait a minute, how did he? That made no sense how he just flopped like that. Also, the death of the first victim of the Phantasm.
Chucky Soul.
Yeah, they skipped to a scene where Arthur and Andrea are talking that she's coming into town.
Yeah.
So like, when was the time frame? Like when she went to Gotham, killed someone, then went back to where she was going to come right back to, hey, let me cover my tracks. Let me say I'm coming into town from this part. Was she coming from Metropolis?
They don't do a good job of showing the time frame. It seems like it's just a matter of a few days, but I think it's actually longer than that between.
It would have been better. It would have been better. Like it says, like do a cut scene where something else is happening before they do that. Oh, they did some, not a faux pas, but the credits, the beginning credits.
Yeah.
It was CGI.
Yeah.
That was a nice touch, but not necessary. I think I would just loved or liked the traditional beginning credits from the TV show.
Well, they're doing the orchestra version of the song for the TV show.
Yeah, I know, but it would have just been cool if they had that, though, in a sense. You could have done an orchestra version than what they did in the movie. It's a good length of a movie. It's, what is it now? It's
about an hour 16 minutes.
Never mind. It's short. Never mind.
Yeah, well, I mean, it feels
longer. It does feel longer, but that became the standard a lot of times from when DC started to make their animated features. Mm-hmm. It became like 76 with the runtime. And now they've gone a little bit longer and a little bit longer, a little bit longer.
True.
Now I'm looking at right now, I have on IMDb, the page up, and the animation on here looks so much better. Maybe because it's a smaller screen on the phone.
Yeah, if you blow it up, you blow it up, it does look more pixelated.
Right, but I just wish they had a better representation in it or better format because it deserves a better format. And I would love if they re-edited it and made it, instead of the Joker, someone else. And Joker, he's been lonely. He has been lonely. He was squeezing the robot's butt at one time.
I think that was all part of the joke.
But still, he was touching the robot's butt.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying. Now, on Rotten Tomatoes, again, still to this day, 83% by the critics, 88% by the audience. Where do you see it?
85.
I agree with that.
It's good. Does it hold up? And yeah, it can still hold up. Even when I was a kid, I had an issue with it. It was way more serious, I thought, of a film than when I was watching the series itself.
Well, you have straight up killings.
Well,
you have straight
even
up.
setting aside that, because I was watching anime at that time in my life too. And so killing was a new experience to me watching. Just to be precise here, like there was a lot of romance. There's a lot of him going through this and these stripes of emotions and so forth like that. So that became the forefront of the movie.
This is Batman Year One, not Year One, but it's a reflection
On
of Batman Year One.
Yeah,
when he's trying things out, he has the hat and the bomber jacket, trying to try to figure things out.
Which is a good callback to the comic.
No, it is. I mean, it does well in many things. It does well in so many things. It's just that, again, change the Joker for another character that Batman could not save, and again loses the love of his life.
Yeah.
Put that there, because again, you have that. You have him figure out if because he says this, I'm sorry, I didn't mean this to happen, meaning fall in love.
Yeah.
I don't feel as bad as I used to. Right. It's like, I don't feel like I used to in the sense, like the anger, the depression, the need of justice. So, and again, something that we had not seen in any of the Batman cartoons.
Yeah. I kind of like the moment when he's talking to his parents.
No, it is very good in so many things. Again, it's just the Joker took me out. And again, that aspect was 90. It felt like they forced it. Because they could have done great with just that. Because the Phantasm was the villain. The gangsters were the secondary villains. So, and you have Batman trying to protect the secondary villains from the main villain, and he's failing. And then now he has to face his nemesis, his arch enemy, and also protect. Like he's trying to defeat the arch enemy, his nemesis, and also protect him. Because he doesn't kill.
Yeah, which at the same time, like, was kind of weird, because at the end he's like, "You're gonna kill us both." He's like, "Whatever it takes," and then he takes him down, which kind of gives it a different feel. But at the same time, he's like, "Don't do this, don't kill him." I'm like, brought him into the whole fireball with you.
Right.
You know what I would have liked more? I would have liked more of Detective Bullock.
Yes. He was a great character of the series.
You know what? And I didn't remember the entire movie. I thought when I saw Detective Bullock and then he's like, "Well, you take lead." And since Gordon wasn't, I thought Detective Bullock was actually going to do more. He did, but not as much as I thought.
Yeah, but he was more like the beginner, right? He was more of they show a flashback where he's like still in uniform.
Which was funny.
It still holds up, but again, it's just, and again, the quality was, it should have been better quality.
Worth the watch then?
Still worth the watch.
In theaters or?
Well, I never saw it in the theater, so yes. And it was like, at AMC, like we have the membership that we could see 3 films a week without additional cost.
Yeah.
This movie, if you didn't, you saw it for $5 if you didn't have the membership.
Is that what they were selling it for?
Fan faves? They do fan faves for $5, yeah.
Ooh, okay. Did not know that.
I mean, they're doing a lot of now like anniversary movies to view it. If you haven't seen it, like I'm going to see tomorrow Whiplash, and it's the 10th anniversary. It doesn't feel like 10 years. It felt like it was like 3 years ago that movie came out.
Time flies.
All right, guys, that is the DC-ness review of Batman, Mask of the Phantasm. Have you seen it? What was your favorite moment? What were your faux pas? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Until next time, we'll be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adon.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am tired.